The number of women, men, and young people worldwide provided with sexual and reproductive health care and education by Planned Parenthood is nearly 5 million people. And with Texas having the highest rate of teen pregnancy in the nation, what I'm going to be talking to you today is extremely relevant. Hi, and good afternoon. My name is Tanya Bomani, and I'm an undergraduate student at St. Edward's University, and I'm here to talk to you about my volunteer experience at Planned Parenthood for about a month, and convince you that you should really consider volunteering for Planned Parenthood. I'll be going over the history of Planned Parenthood, the volunteer experience, and the benefits of volunteering. And I ask that you please leave all your questions till the end of the presentation. So with having said that, let's dive right in. A little backstory to Planned Parenthood. It was founded by a remarkable woman named Margaret Sanger in 1916, and Sanger, her sister, and a friend opened America's first birth control clinic in Brooklyn, New York during a time when women couldn't vote, sign contracts, or even divorce abusive husbands and do simple things like have bank accounts. And growing up in an environment like this, Sanger personally saw the effects of unwanted pregnancy and contraceptive advice and contraceptions being a nurse on the Lower East Side. And when her mother bore 11 children and died at the age of 40, she had had enough, and in 1823 opened a clinic that provided contraceptive advice to poor immigrant women. And in that same year, the police raided the clinic and convicted the 3 women of disseminating birth control information. But that didn't stop them, which can be seen in the fact that Planned Parenthood is still functioning and thriving today. So now let's talk about the volunteer experience. If you look at your handout, there are several segues into volunteering, and you can choose one that best suits your skill set. This includes community outreach, health center advocacy, research and lobbying, or office work. Community outreach is several programs via workshops, school visits, and any local community events that encourage a healthy conversation about serious topics that often come up, such as teen pregnancy, sexually transmitted infections, peer pressure, sexual activity, anything ranging from those types of topics. And then next, there's health center advocacy, which involves any assistance toward helping people get contraceptive services, sexually transmitted infection testing and screening, breast cancer and cervical cancer testing and screening, HIV testing, and this is all done through making pamphlets, canvassing, encouraging voter registration, or participating in huge fundraising events. And next, there's research and lobbying, which involves getting in tune with the social issues and tools readily available to help ensure that Planned Parenthood remains successful. This can be done by contacting our congressmen and women, by pushing petitions that are necessary to keep Planned Parenthood functioning. And me personally, with this being an election year, I was able to see that it's really important for us as the youth to let our congressmen and women know that we care about the issues that are going on, and we are in fact passionate about things that affect our daily lives. And lastly, but certainly not least, there's office work, which involves filing and creating packets that have all the information necessary to keep Planned Parenthood moving and getting their message flowing. So if you don't necessarily have a huge block of time in your schedule to dedicate to organizing and participating in huge fundraising events or going out and canvassing every day, you can contribute at least an hour of your time to just getting the information out there and flowing for volunteers that can participate in a bigger aspect of Planned Parenthood. Next, I want to talk to you about the benefits of volunteering, which as students and sisters, brothers, daughters, whatever, we're often told by our elders, go out there and volunteer. It's imperative. It's really important for you to contribute something to the world around you. And I think it's always nice to, rack up the karma points and just get out there and help your community in a positive way. At the end of the day, when you're sitting and you're thinking about what you did today, it's nice to know that you were able to get out there and do something good for the community and people you know. And next, as college students, let's face it, we're always in class, we're attending lectures, we're reading, we're doing homework. So why not increase our own personal knowledge about reproductive rights and learn something about Planned Parenthood? You can definitely do that on the job. And we spend our free time already hanging out with friends, exercising at the gym, or spreading information on social networks such as Twitter or Facebook. So why don't combine this into something more positive and productive, such as getting out there in the streets with our friends and spreading the knowledge about Planned Parenthood. I think, in my own opinion, spending your time productively is nice and it's always a plus. And then next, another thing we don't think about is that we can broaden our social network and or make new friends. Let's say you're talking to a congressman on the phone and you're really passionate and you're really driven, and they really, really admire this about you. They might offer you an internship or even say, hey, come visit, let's talk, let's sit this through and come up with a plan. And that would be a great opportunity for college students like us that are always looking for these types of opportunities. So you can think about it that way, or you can think about, hey, I might make one of my best friends for life while I'm volunteering at Planned Parenthood. It's perfectly possible. And lastly, at the end of the day, we're college students, we're here to get an education and we're here to get jobs, so it's nice to pad our resume, and pad our resume like even more. We want that resume to be as strong as possible, and by volunteering at Planned Parenthood, you can boost your career opportunities exponentially. So, in conclusion, Planned Parenthood has more than 6 million supporters, donors, and volunteers, and you can be part of a greater and a more large, huge movement that can really amplify your outlook on life, and you can participate in making Planned Parenthood the lead provider of reproductive health services according to New York Times. The question is, will you join me? So, as I said before, there are many perks to volunteering at Planned Parenthood, from helping out your community to boosting your personal resume to broadening your horizons socially and intellectually. And I'd like to leave you off with a vision of the future, which is to make reproductive and social health care universally available for those inhibited by the dirty aspects of politics, poverty, and war. So thank you, and I can take any questions or comments you have now.